Hi, welcome to our presentation on partners and planning with the complete water system. A complete water system in a box, guaranteed. And we do have a remarkable new public-private partnership, which we'll dive in further with our great partners as listed below. Again, my name is Ryan Mitchell, and I'm very happy to have this presentation. I've worked in the water space for 10 to 15 years, and I think this is a great opportunity for you to be able to dive in as a partner. So these are the partners that we have, and it can be broken down. And one of the biggest things which we always ask you is where can you fit in? Okay, so this is the side that we do. So we don't need any help on this side. We've got the people who can construct it, the people who can finance it, and the people who can actually secure it and protect it with insurance, and they can do it with export insurance. They can build it, they can run it, they can operate it, and they can even transfer it after with some buyout guarantees. So we have all this lined up, as you've seen in one of the previous presentations, which is called the intro. So I don't want to belittle that, but it's important that we show you all of the partners that we have here. Okay, and I'm going to go from the top to the bottom. We have Complete Water Solutions, which is actually the presentation, interest in the plan, and getting the PO signed. Current Water Technologies has 5 excellent partners, and they're publicly traded. They do the design, the build, the testing, and the packaging. We have the Canadian government who helps fund them and helps fund us at very preferred rates. So we thank you for that, and that's excellent, and we're proud Canadians. We then automate it, use our proprietary technology to do that in software and package it to be shipped. Then the PO secured by the Economic Development Canada. So Economic Development Canada, for those of you who don't know, is our exporting arm. So in the US, it's XM Insurance, Export-Import. Ours is EDC, Economic Development Canada. So that's who we use, and again, we are a preferred partner with them. We then package and deliver it and work with the installation with Current Water Technologies and the Canadian Water Quality Association and the US Water Quality Association if needed as well. If that's somewhere more that your local area is more known in the US quality side, we can do that in gallons, or on the Canadian or international side with liters, or even our water standards in Canada exceeds everywhere in the world, same with the US. So those are the standards we hold ourselves to. Even though you may have certain local processes you need to do, we hold all of our technology at the highest standards and worldwide standards, so it can be used everywhere. Lloyd's of London, I'm sure you've heard of them. They protect everything along the way that EDC or the government doesn't, because we want to make sure we're insured throughout the process for you and your clients, and for your people as well. And the best thing is they also have something that we've basically have a very specialized niche in something that's called all risk, which we'll cover in another presentation because that really needs its own presentation, but we're very excited to have that. Saudi Brothers is a partner with Current Water Technologies and investor with them. And they're the ones who have done a lot of huge projects. And they're massive. And they are willing to, on certain projects, build, operate, and even transfer if it makes good sense for them. So that's someone who can always do that, or have a buyout if something's larger than we can necessarily handle. We've got a very strong partner with them, and some of their top executives that we know very well. And the last one, again, is the buy or buyout, guaranteed by us, because we love water, we love systems. But we're going to get to more of the partnership side of what you can do to help us, okay? So on the partnership side, again, you can see we've got the best of the best. So we don't need someone saying, oh, here's this technology, that technology that we can do. We're always willing to look at that, but we rely on these people to provide the best technologies in our partnership with them. They are the expert proven partnerships. One of the best membranes in the system is Dow Film Tech. So you can look up Dow, over 100 years they've been around. The Saudi brothers you mentioned earlier, so big on water projects or installations, not just in the Middle East, but in all across the world, and they're a great international partner for Current Water Technologies, and we can work with them. Rockwell Automation, to make sure you can literally, with Current Water and how they've done it, shut the machine and leave it alone to be built. To be built and also to be operated. Allen Bradley, ABB. So again, we use the quality and the best parts. Sterling Light does UV filtration. Grundfos does pump. and ABB is the switches. So again, although we get something cheaper from internationally or find a better price, and we have great volume and pricing, we would rather pay 10 or 20% more to have something that's premium and that will last 10, 15, 20 years, because that's how long our systems we want to last. You can get something cheaper, you know that in life. They can get something, internationally or from Asia. There's some great suppliers. I'm not going to ever debate that, but who do you know and what do you know there and what's their service like? And again, we have the best warranties, and through this, by using our Canadian partners and parts, we can get the creative financing and solutions for you. So if you do decide to go for a much cheaper system, we cannot help with the financing. It's got to be a full Canadian project, which I hope you can appreciate. And where we are maybe needing some high technology that's not here the best, we would go to the US and not internationally. So the complete water system, this is the main part of this video, is where do you fit in this process and how can we partner? Now, this is different from a lot of organizations or groups, because they'll normally say, hey, here's your solution, buy it from us, we'll install and go ahead. Ours is a full system from start to finish. But with my 10 years in the banking sector, 18 years in the military, and 20 years, through all of that, just being in business and finance the whole time, I always know that there's people that specialize in certain areas, and that's who we've decided to partner with. So we have that all covered. We have the complete water system that's containerized. We have the financing. We've got the solution. Where do you fit in? So do you, your company, or country need water? Because we need it in a local space. We are doing this with some of the First Nations and First People in Canada. We're doing it for isolated areas. But again, we need that excellent local partner. And that's where we get to point number 2. One of the biggest things is finding the right person to sign a purchase order. If you can help establish that or get that in place, we'll come in, we'll get it done. Or the more you do, the more you get paid. And that's the way it should be. So if you're able to do that, you've got some great local contacts. And again, the higher up in the government, the better for us. So the municipal level is great. So like a mayor, a council person, a congressperson, or at the provincial or state side is excellent too. And of course, the top federal level is great. But what we've noticed too is some of our federal contracts, you need a local buy-in too. So the more you get, the better. And the more you get, just so you know, you get rewarded better, because we can normally do bigger projects and more, which means a higher commission for you. And we do share very well. So we need someone to get assigned government or PO from a huge company or conglomerate of resorts or developments or wastewater treatment site. And a local company, we need to sign on with their financials. And what we need from them normally, and there's another video on that of what we need specifically for that, is 3 years financials, who's the signing authority, and again, the larger the corporation, the more levels, if it's locally signed or provincially signed, country signed, or internationally signed, the stronger the paper is for Economic Development Canada and for our financing. But the big thing too is you're the boots on the ground. You're the expert of knowing locally what's the issues and concerns. Although we're very well traveled internationally, I've been to over 50 countries. I've worked in dozens for humanitarian reasons, for military reasons, for business reasons. I never profess to be an expert in the local culture, even my own country. There's many different areas or groups that, of course, are specialty to that. So we want to speak to them and hear their local concerns and needs and provide a solution for it. Now, number 4, the ideal solution is to get everyone together. But again, some people might say our government's corrupt, or our government just wants to deal direct, or the corporations will want to go direct. We get that a lot. Well, they're just going to get the information and go direct. Well, they could for sure. But just same thing if you're going to do a large project for water, you can go direct, but they're not going to help you getting the financing. They're not going to help securing it. They're not going to help with all the operations. And that's what we do. Our niche is carved out of a complete water system, financing start to finish. Okay, operation, and again, it can be for purchase, financing, or lease to own. We love joint ventures. We love working with you. We love partnerships. And again, give us your troubled water, give us a complex financing side, we'll figure it out. And that's what we do very well with the best water system. So you don't need to worry about that. And that's, again, why we have the best water partners on this, so that you don't need to be worried, well, does this meet our water guidelines? Guaranteed. That's what's in our guarantee. And you'll see that in all the documentation. If you decide to go forward with a purchase order, that everything's guaranteed. And if not, you get your money back. The best thing about this too is there's no money out until we can secure the financing. There's no money out until we actually prove the process. And that's what's amazing. We just need you to find out what you can do, what you can afford as a down payment, because that strengthens the financing and that strengthens our whole concept. So to simplify it, let's go back to number 1, 2, 3. Do you, your company, your country need water? And then number 2 is, where can you help us? So as a partner, where can you help us? Are you great with government contracts? Are you good with local established companies for support that have that locally? And this is, again, where you can do very well, because you can partner with that local company to ensure, and we'll make sure you're taken care of in that too. And explain your issues or concerns and needs locally, and then we'll come up with that ideal solution for you. And again, we'll then find out in financing. Here it is for purchase, financing, lease to own, a joint venture. We provide that solution every time along, because you're the client, or your customers are the client, and we work for you. So with that being said, I'm going to end with this of the next steps are, where do you fit in this process, and how can we partner? Let us know, and we look forward to doing it. We're excited. We love water. We love troubled water, and we love complex financial solutions, because we've got our great government backing us. And why not get our preferred rates from Canada rather than yours locally? And with that, we love sharing. Have a great day.